You like Mama's sweet jerky and pickles?
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah. It tastes really good.
It tastes really good. They're even chanterelles in the park. Yep, let's keep going this way. Thank you. Somebody leaving their trash, probably an accident.
Or they did it on purpose.
Here, I'll stick it in my backpack. Thanks. Hey, that current's really, yeah. Oh, be careful, you gotta watch. Look, they're slick, it's slick, and that current's really strong, so you cannot go out there.
Take all your dead skin off.
I love Cadence. I love Cadence.
I mean, that was a positive, though. You're getting something from the fish.
Mama, this is so cool. Mama, this is on there, bro. That is good.
Is it good?
Oh! My strawberry!
So if you're like taking drinks and snacks, it really helps that your snacks are a lot lighter than your drinks. And so it really helps with your backpack.
I haven't opened them, okay? Don't be videoing people.
Hey,
Hey, you like your snack?
hey! I cannot remember the technical name of it, but I'll look it up when we get home.
Mama,
Yeah, but see, it's just like a cicada. When they come out, you know, you can see where it's broken out of its.
Wow, that's a really big spider.
Not a spider, but it's pretty cool. Can you take it with us? What'd you find?
There is.
Oh, wow.
Also, let's wrap it.
Oh, my word. I'm not so sure that that's the same thing. No, it's different. It's a different type of caterpillar. Wow.
I want to be in the drone. I want to be in the drone.
Look at that. I don't know what kind it is.
What do you find?
Look,
caterpillar.
he said it. It's the hungry caterpillar. Y'all are right.
He does look like him.
He doesn't have a red head though.
There's another one. So they must be the wild hydrangea. You know, I bet they're on here. Or somewhere up there.
Riley, take a picture of these for our mother. She loves hydrangeas.
But these are wild, so these are native to Mississippi, and they come in different colors. Like these are light, but the ones that we have on, or my dad has on his face, are like a reddish color.
Really?
So that's kind of cool.
So we were on our way to Tishomingo State Park, and you have to go by this hardware store, and they had a whole rack of plants, and on it was all plants 50 cents. And I just stopped the conversation. I was like, we have to go back there when we come back and stop and look. And my niece was like, you got some kind of serious Aunt Kara right there. And I was like, because it's serious, 50-cent plants. And that's because most of the time these vegetable plants are like $4, okay? So for $8, I got 21 plants. The majority of them bell peppers and sweet peppers. We have enough hot peppers. We're not a super like spicy hot family. The kids do not like hot stuff. And so the majority of them are sweet peppers, and so what I've been doing is putting a bunch of them down in the bottom garden right before it rains. So it's kind of stormy. I'm hoping for a rain. It's very humid out here, so it's super hot, but actually it's not hot, it's just humid. Like, it feels like you can drink the air. Last year I did a video, I'll try to put a card up here, about should you do seeds or plants. And the main thing about that video is it's up to you. If you're a first-time gardener, I totally suggest plants because they're a lot more forgiving than seedlings, and then move into seedlings. But sometimes stuff happens. This has been an extremely rough year for me in germination. I don't have a greenhouse this year. My grow lights quit working, and so I wasn't prepared for seedlings, and a lot of my seedlings didn't make it. I had a very rough start of the summer. All of my gardens are a month behind. They're still going to produce. They're still doing great for when they were planted, but realistically, I would already be putting things up right now at the beginning of July, and I'm a month behind. So a lot of my plants, they drowned in June, or they just didn't make it. I had one whole bed of beans that got eaten up by a deer. I had 2 beds up here on the porch that a cat, a neighbor's cat, and I'm really thinking it's not even the neighbor's cat now, we think it's a wild cat, that came and destroyed 2 of my beds. So I'm just behind because stuff happens. So it's okay. It's okay if you want to buy plants. It's about growing food. So you do have organic choices out there. You don't have to do organic. You know, after you buy the plant, if the rest of the time that you have the plant, you plan on doing natural gardening, I think you'll be okay. It's about growing food. It's about the experience, and it's about providing for your family. So it's okay. Okay, so it's time to put these peppers right here. So we're gonna put them across here. This is the terrace garden that's still developing. This is a total, like, just slowly developing area, experimenting with what we have. And so the whole area here, we have, I call them my dinosaur plants, my spiky plants. They have that citrus fruit because I can't pronounce name. And then here's a small butternut squash, and we have been putting the feed bags down here to block out the weeds, and all of this is covered in the cardboard and newspapers along the very edge to stop the grass from growing, and this will be covered in wood chips to about right there. I'm moving some herbs up here, and this has got the soil, and I'll do a whole video on this. I recorded how we made this, and then we ended up with some tubs, and they did not work out the way that we thought they were for holding water, but we have figured out that they're probably going to make good planters. So what we're gonna do is, instead of doing this with the soil because it's so steep, we are gonna do hoodle culture, okay, where we have like logs at the bottom and then fill it up with sand. Oh my goodness, you can actually put sand in a mixture, but with soil, and we're gonna try to grow that way with those. And I have one more that I've cut, so I'll have 4 across there, and I'm gonna cut another one and have 6 of these across there, and that just seems to be a better solution overall, so we don't have erosion of soil, and we can use these tubs that we have. I'm in the process of scraping them out. These are here just temporarily because I was testing it out just to see what it would look like, how I felt about it, and I have to finish cleaning them out. They had a hard resin around them, so I have to actually scrape it, and it's starting to sprinkle, and so I've got to put those peppers. So God let me get my very last pepper, no joke, like right there, last one I had before the bottom fell out, and it rained pretty decently, like pretty good, nice, good soaking rain that I needed in the garden in different areas, like that garden, the patio garden here, and now the terrace garden, and everything needed some rain. It did. And there's more coming because I just heard a good piece of thunder and some lightning. Yeah. So cool thing. Oh, while these are here, let's just discuss this. These are leftovers from the porch and from down there. We're using cow panels for different things, and so we are going to use these just like we've used all the other things as structures, just to hold them up. So peppers, or it's really good for peppers, anything that's vining. We don't grow tomatoes in the ground here because we have light. It does not work for us. We do have a few on the porch, and those are just for us to have. So but excellent for peppers. I love to just like put my peppers beside them and then attach them as they grow up. So okay, so I'm out here again for the second time this week on my place. Let's see, what is today? It's Friday. So second time here. I'm starting on the end, going towards the house this time. Hopefully I'll get done before the rain gets here. It's the perfect time to pick. It's not too hot. It's overcast. I actually am hoping for some rain. I do need it. That way I don't have to go around and water anything. So second picking here, one picking at my parents' place. And that's just the way blueberries are. And the same thing with mushrooms is you have to pick when it's time to pick. Like, you can't just leave them out there. And even though it's a lot to do at one time, it is a lot to have to go through all the mushrooms and the blueberries and get them processed and get them prepared and put up. You only have a certain window of time when you have that abundance, so you have to make sure that you're able to put it up, or you just, you know, wasted all these years you've waited for, you know, these things to grow and mature enough where you have that great abundance. And then I have a question. It's there on the floor inside that box. Yeah, we even had to buy a new blender to help us with a lot of the processing. I just realized that the majority of what I'm fixing to say, I said the dehydrator, and that is not correct. I mean the freeze dryer. We do have a dehydrator, and that's a different process than the freeze dryer. So when I'm saying dehydrator, I mean freeze dryer. The dehydrator, and that's another awesome thing that has happened with the blueberries is now, just besides freezing them, where I put them on a cookie sheet, freeze them where they're, you know, will separate, stick them in a bag, which is what I had to do before, and do all the like jams and jellies. Now we can dehydrate them as well. Doesn't take up all our freezer space that we need for like meat. We can still dehydrate meat too. I just haven't gotten there yet. Just trying to put up what we have. But it does give us an option to put in cereals to bake with, because the dehydrator, you can, like, you know, put it in baked goods. It's actually what they recommend you make muffins out of, turns out. So pretty excited about that. And it's also helped with the mushrooms, and it's not as time consuming as doing jams and jellies and stuff. All right guys, I want to show you something really cool. If you're freeze drying blueberries, you can't, with the skins the way they are, you can't freeze dry them like this, and it won't work, and it will take forever. Okay, it's still going to take a long time, but
We did read up that if you used a dog brush, yes, this is brand new, it's only been used for this, and with these little spikes on them, you could mash down on them. Well, when I went to buy this one, they actually didn't have any but this one, and I looked at it and I was like, well, that might actually be helpful because it can like come off of the blueberry, because that was my concern, like having to go through and pick all these blueberries off of it. So let me show you how it works. I've already done several. You can see little poked holes. So we're just gonna mash down, and then, well, get a good grip on it. And they're not on there. They stay on the tray. How awesome is that?
And I think I said dehydrating freeze dryer. And you are able to freeze dry them, and then you just package them up in the Mylar bags, and we seal them up where they have the oxygen absorber, and it can last up to 25 years. That's how awesome that is.
Okay, so all the trays look good. They're all ready, and what we'll do is put them in these Mylar bags, the oxygen absorber, seal it up, and they'll be good to go for 20 plus years.
Tip while picking blueberries is make sure you have enough containers that you can fill your containers up and not have to go back and forth, but also wear the proper clothing. So make sure that you have something that you're not going to get covered in chiggers, so long pants, boots. I don't find that they get on my arms that much, but they definitely get on your legs and torso and somehow on your neck. So just I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna have to check the coop. Usually when they fuss that much, they're just fussing over a nesting spot, or there's possibly a snake in the coop. So of the two, hope they're just fussing over a nesting spot. What is she fussing about, man? I didn't think she's the one fussing. I think she is fussing at the one that's sitting up there. Yeah, because there she is. What are you fussing about? Just in case it's a snake, I'm going to enter from the front, not the back. Y'all are just fussing over 2 boxes. That's all you doing. Just like some women. There are 3 more boxes that are empty. Can y'all not, like, compromise? That's what they're doing. Those 3 are fussing at these 2 who are sitting and laying, and they want that box. Yeah. Okay, it is 6:12 in the morning, and we are headed to our first farmer's market. Good morning, Carly.
What are we gonna do?
In just a minute. If you want these, or chanterelles, or blueberries, strawberries, you better come on, because they are selling out. Sold out last night online, and I had to, at 11 o'clock last night, make new bags. The farmer's market was a complete success. It was amazing. We've kind of been floored and just overwhelmed by support of the new products that we put out in the shop. And so the farmer's market yesterday was it was just amazing. The sales were kind of all over the place. Freeze-dried food we sold completely out except for 2 blueberries and a mushroom pack, and everything else went. And then we sold t-shirts, we sold spoons and spreaders and stickers and prints, and it was kind of all over the place as far as what was purchased and what people were looking for, but it still let us know that, hey, the local people are still looking for these amazing, you know, handmade gifts and food that's done with love. And the cool thing about the freeze-dried food is I actually sold out of some items the night before because I listed that, hey, if you wanted to go ahead and purchase them, you could, and if you wanted to meet me at the farmer's market, that it would be. So I posted that they could get, you know, free shipping if they would come pick it up at the farmer's market, because on the site for some reason it won't let me do, you know, 2 packs for $10 and do free shipping for locals. I don't know why, just when we do pickup. But I sold out of those packs, and so I was up at 11 o'clock actually making more packs so that I could have stuff to sell at the farmer's market. So that was awesome. And then recently we have done a pre-order, and talk about overwhelming with the pre-orders, just to make sure that everybody could get what they wanted and shipped off. And so I have been super busy getting all that food prepped and put in the freeze dryer and ready for shipping. And what you may not know is how long the process actually takes, because not only do I have to like slice the food, get it prepared, I have to freeze it for about 12 hours, and then a cycle through the freeze dryer can be 14 hours, it can be 18 hours, it can be 20 hours, and it can be 25 hours. It depends on what type of food it is. And so it's just taken me a while to go through all the cycles because we only have one freeze dryer. But I just want to say thank you for all of y'all that are watching and ordering, and if you're interested in that, you can look at the link below and see how you can check out our new sections in the shop.